Another look at the big board. Boy, the markets are down. They keep trying to recover. We get to about 170 down, and then it goes even further down again. The low is about 247, so we are approaching that low point of the day once again. Of course, China is weighing in these markets, in addition to questions about the Fed. Stocks continue to drop as U.S. companies are warning everybody about the possibility of a slowdown, a global slowdown. That's also affecting the price of oil. To Cypress Semiconductor founder T.J. Rodgers on whether or not he's worrying about all this. Now, T.J., you have intimate knowledge of what's happening in China. Some of the Chinese investors are actually vying for companies that you want to buy as well. What do you think is happening in China? Is this a very serious break with their move towards free market capitalism?
No, it'd be easy to say we just lost a bidding war for a chip company, a small chip company with a Chinese consortium. It would be easy to say, we're going against government money, et cetera, but it is what it is. It's a viable investment that they wanted to make, and they're the largest user of chips in the world. So if you believe in free markets, you got to believe in free markets when you lose in one of them. You can't just believe when you're winning.
So you actually think that China is going to work its way out, that the new entrepreneurship that we've seen expand in China is going to continue to expand?
They certainly are making market-based decisions. I think China's greatest asset is that they can manufacture very cheaply because the wage rate is low. And what we're seeing now is a saturation of, in effect, efficient manufacturing. And I believe that they need to move to the next level of free markets in order to expand. I don't think they know that, but I believe it. I think they've sold what they've got, which is high-quality, low-cost labor, and that game will slow down over the next decade, and they really need to turn into a true free market capitalist economy in order to take the next step.
Well, I hope you're right on that. By the way, NASDAQ, looking at all the indices, NASDAQ is down to a greater degree than the other indices. It's down almost 2% today. It's been getting hit hard over the past few days. But what I think a lot of people are missing by focusing on some of the high beta stocks like Netflix, et cetera, is there's a consolidation going on, particularly in your industry with chip makers. You had a merger with Spansion, I guess it was back in December. How is that going? Is there a kind of consolidation in chip makers going on now?
There is a consolidation going on. It's driven by cost. It's interesting. I came in this morning and my screen was all red. And, I've been running the company now for 32 years, so I've seen red screen days and green screen days off and on. One thing about the chip industry is that if you analogize to a nuclear war, every time there's a nuclear war, we're the furry little mammals that crawl into the ground and go underground and wait for the thing to happen, and then we crawl back out and take over the earth. Everybody's got to have chips. The new name of the game is the chips that got to be cheaper and more efficient, and that's called consolidation today. We just put together a $2 billion company. We're taking $160 million out of cost just because of synergy, and we're on the wave where the Jerry Sanders, my old boss from AMD, called chips the crude oil of our economy, to crude oil of electronics, and that's what we do. So there's ups and there's downs, but I know that if I follow Moore's law and make things cheaper, they're going to need the stuff. My car's got 100 microcontrollers in it, 100 computers, each of which is about as powerful as the first PC was in a car. I've got a computer in my rearview mirror. So I know there will be a market, and I'm just working on cutting costs and getting more efficient.
TJ, it's good to keep that in mind. On a day like this, by the way, we just hit session lows. It was down 248 on the Dow. But again, it's good to keep in mind that this consolidation of chip makers is going on, that Moore's law still exists, that computers are getting smaller, cheaper, more powerful all the time. And TJ is right in the center of it. From Cypress Semiconductor, the founder and the CEO. Good to see you, TJ. Thanks a million.